Yeah. Hello, everyone. Yeah, please mute it here. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. तो अभी तक का सारा रीड कर लिया आपने? या गुड आफ्टरनून, गुड आफ्टरनून. अभी तक का सारा रीड कर लिया? सो एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर, आई गेस. टिल नाउ what we have studied, everything is clear. I am assuming this, okay? Now, in the last lecture, we have seen deductions, right? Is it? Give me a second. Yeah, here it is. We have seen deductions, correct? Now, I want to explain something more about professional tax. Okay. See, here it is Mr. X, right? An employer, and Mr. Y, employee. Okay. Okay. Now, what happened is Mr. X and Mr. Y has an agreement that Mr. Y will receive the salary, and the tax on that salary will be paid by Mr. X. For example, it simply means Mr. Y want a tax-free salary. But if Mr. Y want a tax-free salary, it doesn't mean that the government will not charge the tax. The government will charge tax. However, is there any echo? Wait a minute. No. Is there? Is there? It is clear now? Okay. So, Mr. Y want tax-free salary. Okay. So, it doesn't mean that government will not charge tax. Government will charge tax, but the tax on that salary will be paid by employer. So in this case, if salary of Mr. Y is 1 lakh and the tax on such salary is 10,000, which is borne by employer. So this 10,000, don't you think this 10,000 is an extra benefit for Mr. Y? Answer: if the tax on salary of Mr. Y has been paid by or will be paid by Mr. X, that is the employer, then this 10,000 is extra benefit, isn't it? So this 10,000 is also a perquisite, correct? Is there any problem in this? Okay, so what we will do while calculating the salary of Mr. Y, his salary is 1 lakh, but he also getting a perquisites, that is 10,000. We will also include this, and his total salary will be 1,10,000. Is there any problem in this? Is there any problem in this? His total salary will be 1,10,000. However, the tax paid by employer that is 10,000, the employee will get the exemption to that amount regarding the tax. So first we will include it as a perquisite. First we will include it as a perquisite, but this salary will be exempted. As the tax has already been paid by employer. But we have to show like this. First we will include it. Then we will give the exemption. Okay. Okay. We will see an example. Don't worry. Now there is another case. This is the simple case. So this is one topic which we left in our basic concept. That is tax-free salary. Okay. If you want, I can show. Here it is. Salary paid tax-free. In other words, means the employer bears the burden of the tax on salary of the employee. In such case, the income from salaries in the hands of the employee will consist of his salary and also the tax on this salary paid by the employer. Correct? However, as per section 1010 CC, the income tax paid by the employer on non-monetary perquisites. It means the perquisites which are in kind on behalf of the employee would be exempt in the hands of employee. Are you getting my point? Is that clear? Is that clear? Now, regarding the deduction of professional tax, if the professional tax is paid by employer, say 1,000 professional tax has been paid by the employer on behalf of employee. This is again a perquisite for employee. If the professional tax has been paid by employer on behalf of employee, so this is again an extra benefit, isn't it? The employee is not required to make the payment of professional tax, as the professional tax will be paid by or has been paid by the employer itself on behalf of the employee. Right? So again, it is a perquisite. So again, we will add in salary first. We will add it in salary first. Say, salary income is 1 lakh. Then his total salary will be 1,01,000. Okay. But this is gross salary. While deducting the deductions, we will also reduce this amount. Even it is paid by employer, as we will reduce whatever the actual payment has been made in the previous year towards professional tax. So first we will include, then we will deduct. Is that okay? Is that okay? Okay. So here it is a question. Basics pay 4 lakh, DNS allowance 1,50,000, commission 1 lakh, एंटरटेनमेंट अलाउंस 40,000, मेडिकल रियम्बर्स अभी के लिए इसको छोड़ दीजिए, हम अभी इसको देखेंगे. प्रोफेशनल टैक्स 2,000, 1,000 पेड बाय हिज एम्प्लॉयर, 1,000 paid by his employer. So as we know, this is fully taxable. Again, this is fully taxable. This is fully taxable. This is fully taxable. Okay. Correct. Is there any problem in this? Okay. For the time being, 4 lakh is taxable, 1,50,000 taxable, commission is taxable, entertainment allowance is taxable. And अभी के लिए समझ लीजिए, the medical reimbursement is taxable. Okay. Now, as the 1,000 has been paid by the employer itself on behalf of the employee, that will be the perquisite in the hands of the employee. So we will include it first. So I am including 1,000. Okay. Now the gross salary is 7,16,000. Correct. But entertainment allowance deduction and professional tax deduction is available only if you are shifting out of the default regime. It means only in the optional regime, yani ki in old regime. So in this case, I am giving only standard deduction of 75,000. That's it. Now, if he shift out from the default tax regime, I am giving deduction regarding professional tax 2,000. Why? 1,000 paid by the employer and 1,000 paid by himself. And please calculate fast the deduction of entertainment allowance if the information given is this. Fast. Fast. The first amount will be actual amount received. First amount will be actual amount received. Acha, here it is written, Mr. Goyal is a state government employee. And entertainment allowance is allowed only to, deduction regarding entertainment allowance is allowed only to government employees. So here it is written. So the first amount will be actual amount received. Second amount will be 20% of basic salary. And third amount will be rupees 5,000. Here it is. Allowance actually received. Basic salary ka 1/5, that is 20% of basic salary, 80,000 and 5,000. Whichever is less, 5,000. So I am giving the reduction of 5,000. And the net answer will be this. Okay. I don't think so there will be any problem in this question. This is very easy. Okay. I'm moving forward. Is that okay? Yeah. I'm also taking the question of CII. Coming towards the question, CII. An employee, Mr. Smart, lives in a city having a population of 35 lakhs. His employer provides him with unfurnished accommodation from financial year 2023-24. From financial year 23-24. Okay. His monthly salary was 60,000 in 23-24. Mr. Sharma gets a promotion and his monthly salary is increased to 1 lakh. He continues to occupy the same property in the financial year 24-25. It means in the 24-25, his salary will be 1 lakh. Compute the perks value of rent-free accommodation for previous year 24-25. If perks value for 23-24 was 63750, it means the value of the house accommodation for the previous year 23-24 has already been given, that is 63750. Assuming the cost inflation index, CII means cost inflation index. Cost inflation index for financial year 24-25 is 370 and 348 for 23-24. Now what we will do? According to the rule, if the same employee has been provided the same accommodation for more than 1 year, then the perks value of the second year cannot be more than the inflated value we calculated in the previous year. Okay, so value in the previous year 24-25 will be lower of the following. Perks value as per the rules, what we normally calculate. Previous year perks value after giving effect of cost inflation index. Okay. Now, perks value as per normal rules, 35 lakhs, population less than 40 lakhs, then rate will be 7.5%. Is it correct? Okay. Multiply by salary. Salary is 1 lakh now. Increase to 1. Multiply by 12. 1 lakh is per month. He is occupying the house for the last 2 years. It means he is occupying the house for the full previous year. This will be 90,000 as per the normal rules. But as we know, the salary for, the perks value for the previous year was 63750. And in that year, the index is 348. It means for this year, so for this value, the index of the previous year was 348. Now, if I want to convert this value into the current, for the value of the 24-25, I have to multiply it by the CII of this year, that is present year. I will multiply it by 370. What you will get is 67780. Now, as the rule says, this value cannot be more than this value. Then the perks value will be this. Perks value will be this. No, you don't need to calculate the CII, cost inflation index. That is determined by the government itself. Okay, and that will be given in the question always. This भावना, this example क्वेश्चन में ये अपने हमारे स्टडी मटेरियल में ये एग्जांपल नहीं दे रखा है, तो आपको बुक में ये वाला एग्जांपल नहीं मिलेगा. ओके नितिन. Now, Tambeshwari is asking how 7.5. Which 7.5, Tambeshwari? Yeah, Hardik, please tell me. What's your doubt?
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, one small clarification, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, by chance, if the house is provided to us in 2019-20, and from 2019-20 we are still continuing it in 2023-24 same house.
What is written in the provision is that we will calculate the valuation for this the previous year, just considering the year for which you are making the calculation. It means you will take the value of 23-24.
23-24, even if we are from 19-20.
राइट, बट पॉइंट टू बी नोटेड, ये प्रोविजन ही अपने आप में 23-24 में आया है, तो फर्स्ट प्रीवियस ईयर ऑलवेज विल बी 23-24.
Always will be good. ठीक है सर. And sir, one small query also, sir. If we are not given the previous year perks, then we have to calculate it
Yeah, you have to calculate it.
according to the previous year's salary.
Generally, according to previous year salary and previous year rules as well.
So sir, 15% or वो 10%.
Correct. That's why I have directly given it in the question.
ठीक है.
Because you don't need to mug up the rules of Finance Act 2023.
Okay sir.
Otherwise there is a breakup in this rule as well.
31st August और 1st September.
Correct. तो don't worry about that.
तो क्वेश्चन में आएगा इसका मतलब.
हाँ, आएगा.
ठीक है सर.
नाउ भावना क्या रिपीट करूं? भावना ये कह रहा है कि एक एम्प्लॉय है, वो एक सिटी में रहता है जिसका पॉपुलेशन 35 लाख है. अब वो एम्प्लॉय जो है वो पिछले 2 साल से एम्प्लॉय ने उसको हाउस अकोमोडेशन दे रखा है. तो जब भी ऐसा केस होता है कि अगर आपको 1 साल से ज्यादा का हाउस अकोमोडेशन प्रोवाइड किया जाता है, तो उस केस में कैप है कि जो सेकेंड ईयर की जो वैल्यू होती है, राइट, जो करंट प्रीवियस ईयर की जो हम वैल्यू निकालते हैं, वो वैल्यू लास्ट प्रीवियस ईयर की जो हमने वैल्यू निकाली थी, उसको इन्फ्लेशन इंडेक्स का इफेक्ट देने के बाद जो वैल्यू आएगी उससे ज्यादा नहीं हो सकती. तो पहले तो मैंने एज पर हमारे नॉर्मल रूल्स वैल्यू निकाली, दैट इज नथिंग बट 7.5% ऑफ सैलरी, एंड सैलरी इज 1 लाख इन दिस ईयर एज इट इज इंक्रीज्ड, राइट. तो 1 लाख इज पर मंथ सैलरी, तो आई हैव टू कन्वर्ट इनटू ईयरली सैलरी. तो आई मल्टीप्लाई इट बाय 12 and multiply it by 7.5%. Then I will get 90,000. Okay. But I have to check it with the last year value after giving the inflation effect. And last year perks value was 63750, which is given in the question. What I am doing, अगर पिछले साल का 63750 वैल्यू था और उस साल का इन्फ्लेशन 348 था और इस साल का इन्फ्लेशन 370 हो गया, तो ये वैल्यू इस अमाउंट से बढ़नी चाहिए थी. सो दिस 63750, दिस इज इक्वल टू 348 एंड आई हैव टू calculate the value of the current year for which the CI is 370. So I get this. So whichever is lower will be the value, as the value for the current previous year cannot be more than the value of the last previous year after giving effect of inflation index. Okay, this is all about your CAI problem. Now one more thing. अच्छा, दो क्वेरीज थी, मैंने होमवर्क में भी दी थी. वो डेप्यूटेशन क्या है? एक एब्सोल्व का मीनिंग. A student asked me, so have you solved those 2 things? CII will always be given in the question, don't worry. And if it is not given the question, you can ask the table in the examination for CII. डेप्यूटेशन का मतलब प्रतिनियुक्ति. एग्जाम्पल से समझाता हूं. मिस्टर एक्स, एम्प्लॉय ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, okay. Now what is happening is the government reappoint him under other organization which is under the control of government. This is deputation. It is Mr. X was already employee of government, but उसका क्या करा, दोबारा से अपॉइंटमेंट, प्रतिनियुक्ति, दोबारा नियुक्ति करी। प्रति का मतलब पहले से नियुक्त था, नियुक्त का मतलब अपॉइंटेड था, उसको फिर दोबारा से अपॉइंट किया गया फॉर द पर्टिकुलर टाइम फ्रेम किसी और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंडर, और उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कंट्रोल भी गवर्नमेंट के पास था। दैट इज डेपुटेशन, नंबर वन थिंग। एब्सोल्व का मीनिंग कौन बताएगा इन हिंदी और इंग्लिश, वॉट एवर? एब्सोल्व और ऑब्सोल्व, व्हाट इज द करेक्ट स्पेलिंग? ओके, it is homework for everybody of you, every one of you. Okay, now moving forward, कल हमने एक पीएफ भी देखा था, करेक्ट? इन द लास्ट क्लास वी हैव आल्सो सीन द पीएफ, राइट? In this one point was remaining. Okay, interest on employees contribution towards SPF or RPF. Employees contribution in two types of fund: statutory provident fund and recognized provident fund. In recognized provident fund, what we define, up to 9.5% rate exempt, above that taxable, right? In SPF, exempt, but there is a cap again. If interest is on employees contribution and the contributions towards SPF or RPF, then the exemption limit shall be 2,50,000 for such interest. If both employer and employee are contributing, but if only employee is contributing to that fund, then 5 lakh. डबल हो जाएगा ना, अगर दो व्यक्ति कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं तो 2,50,000, अगर एक ही कर रहा है तो मुझे लिमिट भी बढ़ानी पड़ेगी 5 लाख। ओके, सो प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस आल्सो। भावना, हैव यू रिवाइज टैक्सेबिलिटी ऑफ प्रोविडेंट फंड? प्रोविडेंट फंड में अगर आप कंट्रीब्यूशन कर रहे हो और अगर वो प्रोविडेंट फंड इज आरपीएफ और एसपीएफ, तो इंटरेस्ट जो होता है उसकी हमने एग्जेम्पशन देखी थी कि वो किस तरह से एग्जेम्पशन होगा, राइट? राइट, तो ये हमने एग्जेम्पशन देखी थी, अप टू 9.5% एग्जेम्प्ट, और इन दिस केस एसपीएफ 100% एग्जेम्प्ट। ओके, बट देर इज ऑल्सो ए कैप इन दैट कि इफ दैट इंटरेस्ट अमाउंट इज एक्सीडिंग 2,50,000, सॉरी, if interest amount is exceeding 2,50,000, then the above 2 lakh, the amount above the 2,50,000 will be taxable if both are contributing to that. But if only employee is contributing that, the limit will be increased to 5 lakh. There is nothing rocket science in this. Nothing. Yes, it is aggregate. There is nothing rocket science in this. Okay. These were the things which I want to discuss. Now, moving forward. From today onwards, whatever perquisite we will study, if I use word member of household in every type of perquisite, it means spouse, children and their spouse, parents, and servants and dependents. Spouse, children और उनकी भी spouse, parents, and servants and dependents. Okay. Now, very first perquisite is If employer is providing a domestic servant, gardener, watchman, etc. to employee or the member of his household, तो जैसा कि हमने देखा था, the value will always be the cost to the employer, because the cost of the employer will be the benefit of employee, and that will be the value. So what will be the cost or expenditure of the employee in this case? The payment made by the employer. So the perks value will be salary paid or payable by the employer, but if any amount is recovered from employee, that will be reduced, because we will check ultimate benefit. Okay, very simple. Very simple. Hardik, I will take your quiz at the end of the session. Very simple. Now, as I told you, there are 5 perquisites which are taxable only for specified employees. One of them is this perquisite. But I also mentioned that it is taxable for specified employees, but if obligation is of employee met by employer, then it is taxable for all employees. It means reimbursement wala case, then taxable for all employees. And this is written here. If servants are engaged by the employee, it means the bill is in the name of employee, and employer paid or reimbursed the employee for the wages of such servant, it will be perquisite in the hands of all employees. But if the domestic servants are engaged by the employer himself and facility of such servant is provided to the employee, it will be perquisite in the hands of specified employees only. So always remember, in those 5 cases, if obligation is of employee met by the employer, then taxable for employees, all employees. Otherwise, for specified employees only. And there is nothing rocket science in this. The value will be the salary. The benefit will be what will be the benefit? The benefit will be the salary paid by the employer. And if any amount is required from the employee, that should be reduced. Is there any problem in this? Please provide me the feedback fast. Yeah. Is there any problem? I'm asking to everyone. Now, the second perquisite, again, specified employee wali category cell. Value of gas, electricity or water supply by employer. So there may be 2 cases. There may be chance the employer itself is the manufacturer of such things. If the employer is manufacturer of such thing, the expenditure for the employer will be the cost of manufacturing. Cost of manufacturing. So if supply is made from resources owned by the employer, then manufacturing cost per unit incurred by the employer, less amount required from employee. Or if the payment is made by the employer to some agency, then amount paid by the employer minus amount required from employees. As simple as that. Volume is very slow. %, beta. If payment is made by the employer to an agency, then whatever the payment is the employer is making is the expenditure of the employee, which will be the benefit of the employee. So it will be the perks value, but we will reduce amount required from employee, ultimate benefit. But if the employee itself is manufacturing such things from his own resources, then whatever is the expenditure, the cost per unit, manufacturing cost per unit, minus amount required from employee. Again, remember obligation wala point. Moving forward. Is that okay? Yeah, correct, Hardik. Either it is written in reimbursement or either it is written the bill is in the name of employee, or obligation is of the, if the bill is in the name of the employee, it means the obligation is of the employee. So either in that case, either the employee is making the reimbursement to the employee itself or directly making the payment to the tax agency, it will be taxable for all employees. Okay. Now, valuation of free or concessional education facilities to children or member of his household. If employer is providing any education facility, whether free of cost or whether at very low cost, that is concessional, to the children or member of his household, then what will be the treatment? सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे चिल्ड्रन वाला केस, और देयर विल बी टू केसेस. नंबर वन, हो सकता है कि एम्प्लॉयर खुद का ही अपना एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट हो. दिस इज आल्सो पॉसिबल दैट एम्प्लॉयर itself have his own education institute, or either employee have arrangements with some other institute due to which the children of the employee is getting a seat in that institute. There may be 2 or 3 possibilities. Either the education institute is owned by the employer itself. Second thing, there is an arrangement of the employer with some other institute, and due to the relationship of employer with that institute, this employee or his children or his member of his household is getting a facility of education in that institute. And third one, there is no such cases, like education institute is not owned by the employer and there is no such arrangement with any other institute. Okay. So first we will cover if the education institute is maintained or owned by the employer, or education facilities provided in other institute due to the arrangement of the employer. Okay. If this is the case, the value of perks in the case of the children will be cost of such education in similar institute in near locality. What we will do? सेम लोकेलिटी में कोई अदर इंस्टीट्यूट जो ओनर का नहीं, जो एम्प्लॉयर का नहीं है या जिसमें अरेंजमेंट नहीं है, वो क्या चार्ज कर रहे हैं, वही तो एक्चुअली उसको बेनिफिट मिल रहा है ना. बिकॉज इफ इन द नॉर्मल सिनेरियो हिज मेंबर ऑफ हाउसहोल्ड और चिल्ड्रन विल स्टडी in some other institute where there is no such arrangement, then whatever they are paying, that is the benefit which they are getting from the employer. Correct na? Correct na? Isn't it? So what we will do, we will check the fees that is charged by a similar institute in near locality, and we will reduce the amount required from employee, and that will be the perks value, whether you are providing to children or whether you are providing to any other member of household. But in case of children, there is an exemption also, that is 1,000 per child in a year. So what will the perks value? Cost of such education in similar institute less 1,000 per child, less amount required from employees. Okay. But in this case, we will not reduce 1,000, as the 1,000 exemption is only for children. Now the question arises, what if the value of 1,000 exceeds? So there is a clarification by the CBDT in this regard. If the valuation exceeds 1,000, then up to 1,000 exempt, above that taxable. That's why I use word less 1,000 per child. Yes, 1,000 per year. Okay. Yeah, we can. Now, if the education facility is provided in other institute and no arrangement of the employer is there, it means the institute is not owned by the employer and there is no arrangement with that institute, then amount of expenditure incurred by the employer, then we will not say na. So whatever the expenditure is employer is making is the will be the benefit of the employee. Whatever the expenditure employer is making will be the benefit of the employee. So amount of expenditure incurred by the employer, less amount required from employee will be the perks value. Achha, in this case, the 1000 exemption is also not available to children. If there is no arrangement, then 1000 exemption is also not available in this case. There is no maximum number of child in this case. Okay. Now, give me answer. If Mr. X is an employee of ABC Limited, okay, and Mr. X child got a scholarship in the institute owned by that employer, will we count this scholarship as a perks or not? Mr. X is an employee of ABC Limited, and ABC Limited has an institute or arrangement with some institute in which Mr. X child got a scholarship. We will consider it as a perks or not. Bhavna saying it is perk. Manoj saying no, it's not perks. Hardik saying no. Nitin, it's perks. Anjali no. Abhishek no. Just give me a simple answer. Why a child generally gets a scholarship? Is this anything to do with the employer-employee relationship, or it is the ability of the children? It is the ability of the children, skill of children, his intelligence. So even if there is no arrangement, or even if the Mr. X is not employee of ABC Limited, he will get the scholarship. So this is not a benefit at all. Because it is the ability of the children, his skills, his knowledge, his intelligence. Even if Mr. X was not an employee of that ABC Limited, even if he was studying in ABC Limited Institute, even that he will get a scholarship. So this is not a perk. This is not a perks at all. Second case. ABC Limited is providing a education or training to his employee, Mr. X itself. Training is fully exempt, because training, why they are providing him training or whatever the education? For official purpose itself. For official purpose itself. So if they are providing it for official purpose, for the purpose of the business of that employer, it means there is no benefit of employee. So it will not be taxable. A scholarship to children is fully exempt. Free education facility or training of employees providing, point to be noted, employees fully exempt. Reimbursement of school fees of children or family member of employees fully taxable. Reimbursement is fully taxable. Okay. Again, all employees. Is that clear now? Simple, eh? Perks are simple as compared to other things like retirement benefits. Perks are simple. Okay. So this is all about free education facility. 3 perks completed. Yeah, Pranav, your message is visible. 3 perks completed. Moving towards next perk. Movable asset, and employer is providing you that movable assets for the use only. There are 2 things. Employer is selling movable asset for employee is only providing for use. There are two different scenarios. So I am talking about use of movable asset. Value of perks is determined as under. Simple सी बात है. If I am using your asset that is movable, तो आपका लॉस कितना होने वाला है उसमें? If I am using your asset, whatever it may be, for personal use or for official, whatever it may be, for personal use. Let's say for personal use, I'm using a washing machine has been provided by the employer for use. So what will be your loss? If I'm using your washing machine, but of course there will be a wear and tear on that washing machine. Correct now? Wear and tear, that is depreciation. And there your loss will be equal to wear and tear. That is depreciation. Right? Bolo. Number one thing, if he is providing laptop or computer, this will not be a perk. The value will be nil. In case of other assets, 10% per annum of actual cost of such asset. Again, two things. If asset is owned by me, then wear and tear. We will use rate of 10% SLM on actual cost minus amount record from employee. Or if I also took that asset on rent, that is, I'm employer. I'm also lease that asset on rent. Then my expenditure will be the rent paid by me, and that will be the benefit of employee, and that will be the perks value. So movable asset other than laptops and computers, 10% of the actual cost of such asset or the amount of rent if it is leased out, or charges paid or payable by the employer, is the case may be, less amount record from employee. Less amount record from employee. Simple. Is there any problem in this? Very simple. Okay. Point to be remember, laptop or computers, not a perk. Not a perk. Now I'm transferring the movable assets. It means I'm selling the movable asset to that employee. So there may be three categories of the assets: motor car, computer and electronic items, or any other asset. Okay. Now, computer and other electronic items. What does this electronic item mean? Phones, TV, radio. Okay. And fridge, laptop. Okay. This electronic item does not mean there is an and between this electronic item. This electronic item does not mean domestic household items. That is like TV, fridge, AC. These electronic items are those electronic items which are related to computer, like hard disk, floppy. Getting my point? It means some electronic items that are related to computers, hard disk, floppy, etc. The TV, fridge, ये सब आएगा इस कैटेगरी में, अदर एसेट की कैटेगरी में. Yeah, printer will come in computer and electronic items. Printer will come in computer and electronic items. सो बाकी ये ट्री वी फ्रीज वगैरह आएगा अदर एसेट की कैटेगरी में. एंड द वैल्यू ऑफ पर्क्स विल बी इन दिस केस value of asset less depreciation. What will the current value of the depreciation asset now? For example, if I am buying an asset at 1 lakh and I am the employer and I bought this asset in 2021 and I am selling this asset in 2024, is the value of the asset in 2024 is also 1 lakh? The value will reduce due to depreciation. So I have to calculate the value in 2024. And how I can calculate it? By reducing depreciation. And that will be the value in the 2024. Right? So what I am doing, जो value of asset है, I am reducing the depreciation on WDV here. And rate of depreciation will be 50%. In this case, 20% on WDV. But in this case, 10% on SLM. SLM. 50%, 20%, 10%, but SLM. WDV, WDV. So, if 1 lakh है, 50% लेस करना पड़ेगा. If 1 year depreciation है तो less 50,000. This will be the value. But again, it might possible that I am also selling it at a concessional rate. So if I am selling it for 20,000, so 50,000 is its current value. 20,000 is amount recovered from employee. Net benefit will be 30,000 only. And that will be the value of parks. Ultimate benefit देखेंगे. Until unless मैं नहीं कह दूं कि इसमें ultimate benefit नहीं देगा. Okay. This is very simple, but important point is for completed year of uses. फ्रैक्शंस को इग्नोर किया जाएगा. फ्रैक्शन को इग्नोर किया जाएगा. कंप्लीट ईयर लेंगे अगेन यहां पे भी हम 12 महीना कंप्लीट होना चाहिए. We will see this with the help of an example in the next class. For the time being, please remember this. Complete year we will count. Okay, that is important point. Less amount recovered from employee. Please remember this. Can I move forward? If your employer is providing you any gift or any token as a gift, either to you or either to the member of household, whether on the occasion of marriage or whether on the occasion of Deepavali, whatever the case may be, if such gift is provided in cash, it is fully taxable. It is fully taxable. But if such gift is provided in kind, it means in non-monetary. Cash also include check. Okay. Cash and cash equivalent की बात कर रहा हूं मैं. So if it is in cash, fully taxable. But if it is in kind, up to 5,000, it is misprint. Up to 5,000 exempt. But if it is above 5,000, fully taxable. Example, if Mr. X provided to Mr. A watch value 6,000. Then this 6,000 is taxable, and this 6,000 will be the value, fair market value of. If employee is providing a watch and the value exceeds 5,000, then whole value will be taxable. If value exceeds 5,000, the whole value will be taxable. But if value does not exceed 5,000, fully exempt. This is a catch in this. However, there may be two. You can also provide the alternative answer that 1,000 is taxable. But actually, what is happening in this point, CBDT clarification is not there. So either you have to mention it as a remarks, up to 5,000 exempt and above that taxable. But generally, study material is following this. And most of the authors following this. MCQ में वो कंफ्यूज नहीं करेगा आपको, टेंशन मत लो. जहां पे क्लेरिफिकेशन ही नहीं है तो आप भी क्या कर लोगे इसमें. So up to 5,000 exempt. If it exceeds 5,000, whole amount will be taxable. In the case of gift or token, either to employee or his household. Can you please solve this question? Salary fixation norms, the following perquisites were offered. For Mr. X, who engaged a domestic servant for 500 per month, his employer reimbursed the entire salary paid to the domestic servant, that is 500 per month. Reimbursement wala case, obligation is of the employee met by the employer, taxable for all employees, and whatever he is paying, that is 500 per month. That is 500 per month multiplied by 12. 6,000 will be taxable, is it? Right? For Mr. Y, he was provided with a domestic servant at the rate 500 per month as a part of remuneration package. So in this case, it is taxable only in the hands of specified employees. Only in the hands of specified employees. Okay. Your employees itself engage in transport business, either the carriers of the goods or either the carriers of person. And he is providing a free or very discounted tickets for your travel. So if such employer is a railway or airline, the perks value will be nil. That means such perk is fully exempted. मैंने कहा था ना कि वो हमारा तीन पार्ट्स में हम पर्क्स को डिवाइड करेंगे. फुली टैक्सेबल फॉर स्पेसिफाइड एम्प्लॉइज, टैक्सेबल फॉर ऑल एम्प्लॉइज एंड फुल्ली एग्जेम्प्टेड पर्क्स. और मैंने कहा था फुल्ली एग्जेम्प्टेड पर्क्स जो होगा हम बीच बीच में कवर करेंगे. एक यहां कवर किया, एक लैपटॉप कंप्यूटर वाला पॉइंट पढ़ा हमने यूज में, वहां कवर किया. सो प्रोवाइडेड बाय द एयरलाइंस और रेलवेज, द वैल्यू ऑफ पर्क्स विल बी नील बिकॉज इट इज फुल्ली एक्सेप्टेड. But in case of any other employer, क्या 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 वैल्यू होनी चाहिए, आप ही बताइए। Whatever the employer is charging to the public, that will be the benefit that you are getting because you are employed under that employer, correct? So whatever the price at which such tickets are offered by the employer to the public, less amount record from the employee, less amount record from the employee, and that will be the value of perks. No, employer is not paying any amount here, भावना। एम्प्लॉयर खुद को थोड़ी पेमेंट देने वाला है। एम्प्लॉयर का खुद का ही बिजनेस क्या है, ट्रांसपोर्ट का है यहाँ पे। ट्रांसपोर्ट फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइडेड बाय द एम्प्लॉयर एंगेज इन कैरियर्स ऑफ पैसेंजर और गुड्स, तो पेमेंट तो देगा ही नहीं किसी को। तो हम क्या करेंगे फिर इन दैट केस, वो पब्लिक से क्या चार्ज कर रहा है जो उसकी एम्प्लॉय नहीं है, वो पब्लिक से क्या चार्ज कर रहा है। ऑलवेज यूज द कॉमन सेंस वाइल डिटरमाइनिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ पर्क्स। अगर वो पेमेंट कर रहा है तो पेमेंट, अगर वो पेमेंट नहीं कर रहा है, फिर पेमेंट पॉसिबल नहीं है, तो उसकी कॉस्ट क्या आ रही है, या तो वो देखेंगे कॉस्ट ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, इन दैट केस गैस इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, और दैट विल बी द बेनिफिट। और वो पब्लिक से क्या चार्ज कर रहा है, वही तो आपका बेनिफिट हुआ ना। बेनिफिट विल बी इक्वल टू द वॉट एवर ही इज चार्जिंग टू द जनरल पब्लिक, लेस अमाउंट रिकॉर्ड फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉय। Now the employer is providing you the food facility, either free or concessional food, or any type of beverages, but beverages should not be alcoholic. Alcohol को थोड़ी promote करेंगे अपन। Okay, tax is very important tool if you want to promote anything else, and if you don't want to promote anything else. If you want to promote anything else, give the exemptions, and if you don't want to promote anything else, charge higher taxes. As simple as that. So non-alcoholic beverages. So number one point, if the employer is providing tea or snacks, that is refreshment, during the working hours, it is fully exempted. It is fully exempted, number one point. If the employer is providing a food facility during the working hours in such area that is very remote, that is located remotely, जहां ना कोई इंसान आता है ना इंसान जाता है, तो भाई इसको तो प्रोवाइड करना पड़ेगा ना। आप नहीं करोगे तो कहां से होगा, वहां कुछ फैसिलिटी नहीं है। तो इन ए रिमोट एरिया और एन ऑफशोर इंस्टॉलेशन लाइक माइनिंग साइट्स वगैरह, तो इन दैट केस fully exempted. The perks value will be nil. Number one, tea snacks, that is refreshment. कोल्ड ड्रिंक्स प्रोवाइड कर दी, चिप्स प्रोवाइड कर दिए, चाय प्रोवाइड कर दी, कॉफी प्रोवाइड कर दी, ड्यूरिंग द वर्किंग आवर्स इज एग्जेम्प्टेड। ओके, आपने पूरा फूड प्रोवाइड किया है लेकिन रिमोट एरिया में प्रोवाइड किया है, और ड्यूरिंग वर्किंग आवर्स, पॉइंट टू बी नोटेड, ये वर्ड यूज हमेशा याद रखना। तो नील होगा। इन एनी अदर केसेस, अगर आपने कोई भी फूड फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड करी है, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द रिफ्रेशमेंट, फूड फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड की है इन द नॉर्मल एरिया ड्यूरिंग द वर्किंग आवर्स, देन द एग्जेम्पशन विल बी 50 per meal, 50 per meal. So the value of perks will be the expenditure of the employer regarding the facility minus 50 per meal minus amount record from employee, because we are providing rupees 50 per meal as an exemption in this regard. free food and non-alcoholic beverages provided by such employer during working hours at office or business premises, which are not transferable, usable only at eating joints. Eating joints means एम्प्लॉयर ने कुछ पर्टिकुलर, या तो अपने ऑफिस में ही ना पूरा एक क्या कहते हैं उसको, स्टॉल्स लगवा रखी है जहां पे ही आप वो वाउचर्स यूज कर सकते हो. द वाउचर्स कैन बी यूज देयर ओनली. या फिर कोई अरेंजमेंट है वेयर द वाउचर्स कैन बी यूज. दोज आर द ईटिंग जॉइंट्स. द वाउचर शुड नॉट बी ट्रांसफरेबल. द वाउचर शुड नॉट बी ट्रांसफरेबल टू एनी अदर पर्सन. Okay, then this will be the value of perks. ऑफशोर इंस्टॉलेशन मींस क्या, एक बार पढ़ के आना. फिर भी माइनिंग साइट हो गई, इन सबको एक्सप्लोरेशन साइट होगी जहां से आप पेट्रोल निकाल रहे हो, ये निकाल रहे हो, इन साइट्स को. रिमोट एरिया का मतलब बेटा एक अभी आपके मतलब कि स्टडी मटेरियल में नहीं दे रखा है इसलिए मैं पढ़ा नहीं रहा हूं. बट रिमोट एरिया का मतलब अभी के लिए समझिए कि एक ऐसे एरिया जो हमारी सिटी से बहुत ज्यादा दूर है, जहां पे कोई भी जनरल फैसिलिटीज प्रोवाइड है ही नहीं, एटलीस्ट 20 किलोमीटर्स, एटलीस्ट 40 किलोमीटर्स अवे फ्रॉम द सिटी, एंड वेयर द पॉपुलेशन इज वेरी लेस. राइट, उसे हम रिमोट एरिया बोलते हैं. द डेफिनेशन इन दिस चैप्टर इज नॉट गिवन इन द स्टडी मटेरियल, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम नॉट टीचिंग दैट डेफिनेशन. हमें जितना याद हो जाए वही काफी है ना. Still, if you want to explore, you can explore. This is all about simple perquisites जो आपने सब पढ़ लिए हैं. सिंपल था अब तक का. तुम इट वाज इजी एज कंपेयर टू अदर थिंग्स. अभी तक का क्लियर है? If everybody will say yes, then I will move forward. And I am waiting for everybody else. This is afternoon time. If you are sleeping, wake up. No, you are correct. They will provide the food in exchange of the vouchers. Okay. Tambeshwari, you are asking 7.5%. How calculate? I taught you in that in the last class. Refer the notes, and if still you have doubt, then ask. There was a limit of population as per census 2011, if you remember, 5%, 7.5%, or 10% of salary. The meaning of salary was different there. What? 7.5% in case of the population is less than 40 lakhs. In this case, the population is exceeding 40 lakhs, 10%. And what is the lower limit? What is the lower limit? 5% is that. What is the lower limit for the population? $15 lakh. अच्छा, gift cash include check. I told you that na. Cash means cash equivalent also. Cash includes check as well. Okay. Now, if you are sleeping, wake up. This is little bit complex. Not much, little bit. Valuation of specified securities or sweat equity share for the purpose of this section. छोड़ दो इसको. Sweat equity share. Do anybody else have any idea about this? What is sweat equity shares? वो शेयर से जो पसीने से निकलते हैं। स्वेट इक्विटी शेयर्स एम्प्लॉयज को दिया जाता है, बट ऑफ कोर्स। एंड वन मोर टर्म इज देयर, ईसो, एम्प्लॉय स्टॉक ऑप्शन। सिंपल टर्म्स, आप एक बार कंपनी लॉ में पढ़ के आना क्या होता है। ESOP and sweat equity shares generally provided to the employee at very low rate compared to the issue price. Okay, compared to the issue price. So this will be the benefit. For example, the issue price is 100, but the company is providing you the ESOP, employee stock option, that you can apply or exercise the option and you can get the shares. For example, the company is providing you only for 10. So this 90 will be the benefit. Is it? Pranav, I am not telling you what is the difference between ESOP and sweat equity shares. This is your job. So this 90 is benefit for the employee. Is it? Right? So this will be the value of sweat equity share or ESOP option if given by the employer. So what we will do, we will take the fair market value, reduce the issue price or amount recovered from employee, the same thing. And that will be our perks taxable value. Fair market value. But on which date of exercising the option, because in this case, the ESOP case, employee stock option, the option has been provided to the employees that can exercise the option. Either they can accept or either they can reject. If they are exercising the option, there is some time limit. So we will take the fair market value of the date of exercising the option, less amount recovered from employee will be the perks value. So value equal to FMV minus amount recovered from employee. Amount recovered simply means the price at which the shares have been allotted to the employee. Now the main question in this perks is the determination of the fair market value. So there will be two scenarios. Listen carefully. There will be two scenarios. Either such stock is listed in a recognized stock exchange, or it might possible that that stock is not yet listed on recognized stock exchange. Okay, there may be possibility the stock is listed, or it might possible they are not listed in recognized stock exchange. In recognized stock exchange. Okay, if they are listed on the recognized stock exchange, though there might be possibility that on the date of exercising the option, there was no trading in that stock. If the stock is listed on National Stock Exchange, NSE, but it might also possible that the date on which the employee exercised the option, on that date, there is no trading in that stock. Nobody is buying or selling that stock at all. Or that might be possible, there is a trading in that stock exchange on that date also. Under that, again, two scenarios are there. It is traded only in one stock exchange or more than one stock exchange. Repeating again. Repeating again. If the stock is listed on a recognized stock exchange, that is one scenario. If the stock is not listed at all in the recognized stock exchange, the other scenario. If the stock is listed in recognized stock exchange, so again there might be three possibility. Either there is no trading on that day here means the date of exercising the option, or either it is traded only in one stock exchange, or it might also possible that it is traded in more than one stock exchanges. If it is listed in one stock exchange on the date of exercising the option, then the fair market value will be the average of opening and closing price on that day in that recognized stock exchange. Simple means if the share is 20 में buy हो रहा है, 30 में sell हो रहा है, ऐसा I will tell you. Opening price means on that day the first settlement happened. Closing price means on that day the last settlement happened. In simple terms, opening means जिस दिन वो ऑप्शन एक्सरसाइज कर रहा है, जिस दिन वो ऑप्शन एक्सरसाइज कर रहा है, उस दिन सबसे पहले उसका ट्रेड जो हो रहा है वो ओपनिंग प्राइस बनेगा. जिस वैल्यू पे वो ट्रेड हो रहा है, किसी ने वाकई में खरीदा और बेचा है उसको, दैट इज ओपनिंग प्राइस. और एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वो जिस प्राइस पे ट्रेड हुआ है वहां पे हमेशा आपको क्लोज प्राइस दिखती है. दैट विल बी द क्लोजिंग प्राइस. So if the stock is listed in the recognized stock exchange and it is listed in only one recognized stock exchange, then the fair market value will be the average of opening price and closing price on the date of exercising of option. Exchanges, what I will do, मैं उस स्टॉक एक्सचेंज का प्राइस लूंगा जहां पे उसकी ट्रेड की जो वॉल्यूम है वो सबसे ज्यादा है. स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में सिर्फ 1000 शेयर्स का ही ट्रेड हुआ है. स्टॉक एक्सचेंज 2 में मेरे पास 10,000 शेयर का ट्रेड हुआ है, तो मैं 10,000 शेयर की प्राइस को कंसीडर करूंगा ना, बिकॉज दैट विल शो मी द करेक्ट पिक्चर एज कंपेयर टू द 1000 ट्रेडिंग स्टॉक एक्सचेंज. करेक्ट. So if it is listed in more than one recognized stock exchange, then again I will take the average of opening and closing. But in which stock exchange? The stock exchange which records the highest volume. I will take the opening and closing of price of that stock exchange. If it is recorded in more than one stock exchanges. Okay. If these two scenarios are clear, I will move forward. Now, what if it is not traded? It is listed, but there is no trading in on that day. क्या करूं मैं? क्या करूंगा मैं? अरे भैया, इससे पहले तो कभी ट्रेड हुआ होगा ना, उस डेट से पहले तो जस्ट कभी ट्रेड हुआ होगा, तो उसकी जस्ट प्रीसीडिंग डेट पे जो ट्रेड हो रहा है वो प्राइस तो ले सकता हूं ना मैं. मेरे पास ऑप्शन क्या बचा? इफ द डेट ऑफ एक्सरसाइजिंग द ऑप्शन it is not traded, then what I will do, I will take the date immediately preceding the date of exercising the option वाला date, और उसकी जस्ट पहले वाली डेट जब वो ट्रेड हुआ है, I will take the closing price of that date. Here no average. The closing price on the date closest to the date of exercising of option and preceding date. सिंपल वर्ड में बात यह है कि इफ इट इज नॉट ट्रेडेड, देन व्हाट आई विल डू, इन अगेन आई एम सेइंग जस्ट यूज द कॉमन सेंस. व्हाट आई विल डू, आई विल टेक द डेट और आई विल कंसिडर द डेट जस्ट प्रीसीडिंग द डेट ऑफ एक्सरसाइजिंग ऑफ द ऑप्शन in which it was actually traded, but I will use the closing price only there. No, here average, here is closing price. So what I will do in this case, I will check the date of exercising of the option, and if it is not traded on that day, I will check just preceding the date on which it was actually traded, and I will consider the closing price of that date, that is closest date, immediately preceding date. We will see an example. Don't worry. Just let me complete. So this is all about if the shares are listed on recognized stock exchange. But if the shares, acha, there is two scenario again. Point to be noted. Again, in the preceding date also, it might possible that it is traded in more than one stock exchange. In the preceding date, it is also possible that it is traded in more than one stock exchange. Again, we will consider the highest volume wala. If it is traded in more than one stock exchange in the preceding date or closest date also. And if it is not traded in more than one stock exchange, तो simple सी बात है, the closing price of that one stock exchange I will consider. Are you getting my point? Just think what you will do in general sense. These things that you will generally do if these circumstances arrives actually in your practical life. Okay. Now, if it is not listed in recognized stock exchange, तो जब शेयर लिस्टेड किया जाता है ना, उससे पहले मर्चेंट बैंकर के पास जाते हैं हम. Before listing of the shares, merchant bankers determine the value, and we will consider that value. If shares are not listed, then the value determined by the merchant banker on a specified date. Now, what is this specified date? Specified date means the date of exercising of the option or the date within a time frame of 180 days. Specified date means the date of exercising of the option or any date earlier than date of the exercising of the option, not being a date which is more than 180 days. Means it should be within the time frame of 180 days. That's it. Generally ये नहीं आएगा आपके यही आएगा date of exercising of option. But please remember the date should be within the 180 days wala. And this condition is only for merchant banker case wala. Opening price means first settlement, the sale price of first settlement. Closing price, last settlement, the sale price of last settlement. If the question provides sale or buy price, consider sale price. If it is first settlement, opening sale price. If it is last settlement, closing sale price. Just go through with this chart. Just go through. Just go through with this chart. Highest volume means there is one stock exchange in which only 10,000 shares are bought and sold. The other stock exchange in which 50,000 shares are bought or sold. Volume means number of shares here. Always sell price if it is given in the question. Opening closing की opening sell price and closing sell price. Yeah, just go through with this chart. I will tell Tameshwari, just go through with this chart. Now clear? I summarize all the information in this chart in a very brief way. Hope this is clear now. Check this question. क्लोजर डेट मीन्स बेटा भावना उस दिन तो वो लिस्ट बेटा मिनट उस दिन तो वो ट्रेड ही नहीं हुआ ना भावना। अब ट्रेड नहीं हुआ तो उस दिन प्राइस भी नहीं होगी क्योंकि सेटलमेंट ही नहीं होगा कोई। तो हम क्या करेंगे, उसके जस्ट पहले की डेट में तो वो ट्रेड हुआ होगा कभी ना कभी, तो हम उसको पकड़ लेंगे। AB Company Limited allotted 1,000 square equity shares to Shri Chand in June 2024. The shares were allotted at 200 per shares as against the fair market value of 300 per share on the date of exercising of option by the allottee. Shri Chand, the fair market value was computed in accordance with the method prescribed under that. It means they already provided you the amount or fair market value after the calculation. What is the perquisite's value of sweat equity shares allotted to the Shri Chand? The fair market value was 300, amount recovered 200, 100, I guess. Number of shares 1000. 1 lakh will be taxable. Now it's asking in the case of subsequent sale of those shares. It means after he got the shares at 200 per share, he sold those shares to some third party or third person. So for that, what would be the cost price that we will consider? This second point is part of capital gain head. And as per capital gain section 49, for subsequent sale, cost of such share will be FMV, that is 300. सिंपल सी बात है ना. The sale price of the employer will be the cost of sale. If Mr. A is selling something else to Mr. B, the sale price of Mr. A will become the cost price of Mr. B. So in this case, the fair market value is generally a sale price, general sale price for a general human being who is not an employee. So that is the sale price, fair market value. I'm just telling you guys for understanding point of view only. So that is the sale price, right? So that will become the cost price for employee. So fair market value is 300 and shares are 1000. Therefore, 3 lakh will be the cost price. No, it is a cost itself. So it is not an income. First of all, but this is a part of capital gain head. In capital gain head, we will determine the cost of various assets. And whatever the faculty will taught you that topic, please remember this. In that case, the cost will be fair market value. Okay. Any other benefit or आपको एम्प्लॉयर कोई भी अदर बेनिफिट प्रोवाइड करता है, व्हाट यू विल डू? यू विल टेक द फेयर मार्केट वैल्यू. The value of any other benefit or amenity or services, right or privileges provided by the employer shall be determined on the basis of cost to the employer. Cost to the employer. Again, वो मैंने शुरू में आपको थंब रूल बताया था ना. Employer cost will be equal to employee benefit, and that will be the value of perquisites. In any other case, the cost to the employer minus amount record from employee will be the perks value. There is a one word, arm length transaction. It means अगर आप एम्प्लॉय नहीं होते तो जनरल पब्लिक से वो क्या चार्ज करता है? Arm length means if there is no connection between two parties. Arm length means in a good benefit, in a good faith, in normal conditions, in normal circumstances. If there is no relation, then what is the cost? What is the charges that the employee will charge? That means the arm length. And this arm length price is very important topic for CA final direct taxation. Number one, this is clear. However, telephone or mobile facility nil. if even he reimburses or pays the telephone bills or mobile phone charges of the employee, there will be no taxable perquisite. Okay, point number one. But amenity means services. Telephone bill, mobile facility reimbursement, nil. However, there will be no taxable perquisite in respect of expenses on telephones, including mobile phone, phone, actual incurred on behalf of the employee by the employer. If an employer pays and or reimburses telephone bills or mobile phone charges of employee, there will be no taxable perquisite. But if word given in the question is telephone allowance, it is fully taxable. Clear? Let's take a break of 5 minutes. We will solve some question. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There is a question. Free education facility to two children. Okay. Free education facility to two children. 900 per month and 1200 per month. And it is owned by employer. And no amount recovered. What will be the value of perks calculated? What will be the value of perks calculated? बताइए भाई. 24,000 बहुत पर एनम. ओके. बताइए बताइए. एवरीबडी एल्स. In this respect, there will be no perks. 1,000 exempt होता है. Right? Is it clear? In this case, there will be no perks. 1,000 exempt होता है. In this case, 1,000 exempt होता है and 200 per month taxable होता है into 12 equal to 2,400. Correct? Correct. For child one, Pallavi is saying 9,600. How? Can you explain? Can you explain? Pallavi, I'm asking you. How? Oh, that is the confusion. That exemption of 100 per month per child is regarding allowances. Remember, 100 per month per child is exempted. Maximum of 2 children is regarding allowances. But if the facility is there, 1000 कम deduction exemption देते हैं. Right? Now again, I told you there is a clarification regarding this, that if it exceeds 1000, we will took above 1000. But in study material, what I'm checking that you can write both the answers. Don't worry. You can write this answer as well. And you can also write this as it exceeds 1000, 1200 is wholly exempt, wholly taxable. That is you can also write this. हाँ मैं कह रहा हूं ना अभी भी क्लेरिफिकेशन है, बट जस्ट आई चेक्ड इन स्टडी मटेरियल, उसने दोनों ही दे रखा है. उसने दोनों ही दे रखा है, दोनों आंसर दे रखा है. उसने 2400 भी दे रखा है और 14400 भी दे रखा है. तो आई थिंक it might be better that you will provide both the views. Provide both the views. But in this case, if you want from my side one answer, this is Bhavna, as I told you, there are two views regarding this 1000 wala exemption and 5000 wala exemption. Some authors consider if it exceed 1000 wholly taxable, and some author consider if it exceed 1000 then above 1000 is taxable. In study material, in every solution, both the solution has given by a note at the end of the solution. You can also mention the note at the end of your solution. Is that okay? चलेगा क्या? Okay. Second question. Domestic servant being provided. Expenditure 1500 per month. And this is reimbursement. Now tell me. बताइए बताइए बताइए. Fast. This is very easy. Fast. 1500 multiply by 12, 18,000. Wholly taxable for all employees. Why? Reimbursement wala case. Obligation is of the employee met by the employer. Clear? ये बताइए। रेफ्रिजरेटर प्रोवाइड किया गया एम्प्लॉय को, और कॉस्ट ऑफ रेफ्रिजरेटर थी 1,20,000, एंड सिर्फ यूज के लिए प्रोवाइड किया गया। व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ परक्विजिट्स? 50 मनोज, 50 कैसे? 50%? नॉट एप्लीकेबल। कितना सिंपल लग रहा था ना परक्विजिट में। सर बहुत इजी है, बहुत इजी है, बहुत इजी है। नाउ इफ यू आर चेकिंग, देर आर लॉट ऑफ आंसर रिगार्डिंग द सेम क्वेश्चन, एंड क्वेश्चन सिर्फ 2 लाइन का भी नहीं है। This is use of movable asset, not the transfer of movable asset, first thing. And if the use of movable asset is there, there is no amount required from employee, as the question did not mention anything else regarding the amount required from employee. And asset is owned by the employer, then 10% of cost will be taken. It means 10% of 1,20,000 equal 12,000 will be the perks value. Will be the perks value. अभी भी कोई कंफ्यूजन है इसमें? इज देयर एनी डाउट इन? हो गया क्लियर? नाउ इन दिस क्वेश्चन, व्हाट विल बी योर आंसर? मिस्टर एक्स मतलब कि एम्प्लॉय यूज द अबव सेट फॉर 5 months ओनली। व्हाट विल बी योर आंसर? नील 5,000? नीरू, कैन यू एक्सप्लेन हाउ द वैल्यू विल बी नील? आई टोल्ड यू, अगर उसने 5 month के लिए ही यूज किया है तो पर्क्स भी तो बेनिफिट भी तो 5 month ही लिया। इफ द refrigerator being used by for 5 months only, then the benefit he is getting is only for 5 months. Then the perks value should be calculated on the basis of 5 months only. This 10% is per annum rate. So if 12,000 is for 12 month, 5,000 will 5 it will be, this will be the value of perks in this case. Is it clear now? अरे बोलो भाई, is it clear? Okay, give me a second. Give me a second, just a second. Yeah, my screen is visible, right? Solve this. Fast, fast. Solve this. A company owned accommodation is provided to him in Delhi. Furniture costing 2,40,000 was provided on 1st August 2024. Mr. X is employed with AB Limited on a monthly salary of 25,000 per month and entertainment allowance and commission of 1,000 per month each. So can you calculate the very first point? जल्दी कीजिए इजी है बहुत इट्स वेरी इजी मैं वेट कर रहा हूँ 31,200 is Sania. Okay. Waiting. 48,000, 45,600. Okay. Or 64,000. Very nice. गलत है ये It's wrong. Solve again. सिंपल आंसर था नहीं आया क्या था क्वेश्चन सी फर्स्ट चेक which type of salary should be considered for the house accommodation Hardik 48,400 Anjali Kashyap 48,400 that is correct first check which type of salary should be considered for the purpose of calculation of house accommodation just check fast अंजलि करेक्ट है, हार्दिक करेक्ट है. दिस वन राइट. सिंपल है भाई. सैलरी कितना है उसका? 25,000 पर मंथ. 1,000 per month is for entertainment allowance and 1,000 per month for commission. Both we will include both the amounts. So his salary will be 25 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 equal to 27,000. Is it correct? Is it correct? Okay. Now 27,000 in Delhi. What do you think? What should be the population of the Delhi? Say, what should be the population of Delhi? It's a big city, more than 40 lakhs, correct? So we will consider 10%. Is it correct? Say yes or no. कितना हो जाएगा? 2700. 2700 for the whole year. यहां पे जो लाइन लिखा है ना, there is a full stop. Furniture was provided on August, but it means house has been provided for the whole year. Multiply by 12. How much? How much? करेक्ट. यहां तक क्लियर है? यहां तक क्लियर है? So this will be the value of rent free unfurnished house. Now we have to add the value of furniture. The cost of furniture 2,40,000, and furniture has been provided from August. So if you count from August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, how many months? How many months? 8 months. So what I will do, 2,40,000 multiply by, give me the amount of wear and tear please. क्या था अमाउंट, जल्दी बताइए. अरे सिंपल था, सब जगह तुमने एक ही यूज किया है. Almost we are using the same depreciation rate, but on original cost basis here. 10% multiply by 8 divided by 12. You know why? 10% is per annum rate. How much? 16,000. पक्का? तो if we add this 16,000 to this, कितना जाएगा? 48,400. Is it clear now? Is it clear now? Is there any problem? Yeah, ask me. Rosalind. Rosalind, please tell me.
सर
हाँ बोलो.
सर ये पूछना था कि हम लोग अगर 25 लाख से ओवर का मतलब पॉपुलेशन होता है वो हम 15% कंसिडर करते हैं ना.
ना. That was according to the Finance Act 2023, and for us Finance Act 2024 is applicable, and in the Finance Act 2024 the last rate is 10% only. The rates are 5%, 7.5%, 10%. Please,
I think I have the older one.
yes, please always remember, if you are in income tax paper, you have to check that which Finance Act is applicable and which amendment is applicable, and you have to solve the question according to that only.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it is clear. अच्छा, इसका क्या होगा? कैन यू आंसर मी? Jyoti is saying 50%, Anjali saying nil, Manoj nil, Riddhi 50%, Rashmi nil, Pranav nil. Yes, very nice. Bhavna, very good. If for use, there will be no perks in case of laptop or computer. But if it is if you transfer it, then 50% वाला rate लगेगा. इसका क्या होगा? Is it correct? इसका क्या होगा? आराम से आंसर दो. बताओ बताओ. 500 per month telephone allowance. Still waiting for all the answers. मैंने कहा था ना, I told you, if telephone facility is there, exempt. If telephone allowance is there, fully taxable. If telephone allowance is there, fully taxable. इसका बताइए. This one. Fast, fast. Pranav, gift is fully taxable. Hardik, 5,000 exempt. Pallavi, 50,000 will be taxable. Okay. Number 1 point, this 50,000 is received from friends or colleagues. So this will not become the part of income under the head salary, first thing. It will become generally the part of income from other sources. Now, what is the treatment of this 50,000? We will see there only. We will see there only. Now, regarding this 5,000, this is part of our salary head. And this is exempt as amount is up to 5,000. Kashmir, all is not exempt. 50,000, we will check when we study income under the head other sources. Because this is not part of the salary, as there is no employer and employee relationship between the colleagues and employee. Okay. Can you solve this also? बेटा उसमें अपूर्व लास्ट में 1 वहां से लिया, उसमें जो लाइन है ना वो थोड़ी सी ट्रिकी थी. उसमें क्या रखा था, तो ही इज गेटिंग 1,000 पर मंथ फॉर एंटरटेनमेंट अलाउंस आल्सो 1,000 एंड फॉर कमीशन आल्सो 1,000. प्लीज चेक द लैंग्वेज. वहां पे लैंग्वेज थोड़ी ट्रिकी थी. वहां पे लिख ऐसा रखा था कि उसको 1,000 दिया जाता है. किसके लिए? कमीशन के लिए भी और एंटरटेनमेंट अलाउंस के लिए भी. तो एंटरटेनमेंट अलाउंस का 1,000 हो गया और कमीशन का 1,000 हो गया, तो 2,000 हो गया. तो 25,000 प्लस 2,000, 27,000. नाउ प्लीज सॉल्व दिस. बताइए बताइए बताइए, ज्यादा टफ थोड़ी है. 3,05,000 टैक्सेबल, 2,15,000 टैक्सेबल, 2,50,000 टैक्सेबल. एक बात समझ नहीं आ रही. We studied all the topics very slowly, correct now? Then why there are different amount from different students? Why you all are in a hurry to give answers? मैंने कोई कैप लगाई कि आपको 2 मिनट के अंदर आंसर देना है? He retired on so 24, 25. This is our previous year, correct? Jan, Feb, March. We will cover this only. We will cover this only. Is this is correct? He retired on 31st December 2024. He retired on 31st December 2024. January 2025, February 2025, March 2025. 3 months we will cover. And for those 3 months, he is getting 5,000 as a pension. But on 1st February, he commute his 60% of his pension. So see here. 5,000 का पेंशन था, 60% कम्यूट करा लिया तो बचा कितना? 40%. इट मीन्स 2000. करेक्ट. सो 4 जनवरी uncommuted pension equal to 5000, and from February to March uncommuted pension will be 2000 into 2 for February and for February March. So total uncommuted pension equal to recurring nature fully वेरी नाइस. मैंने 15,000 लिख दिया तो सबने कुछ भी बोला भी नहीं. हाँ, सिर्फ रश्मिन और हार्दिक ने बोला. $5,000 plus 4,000, 9,000. This is recurring in nature. That will be fully taxable. 1 point. 1 point. Now regarding this 60%, he received 3 lakh. Did he receive gratuity as well? Yes. So if gratuity received also, then 1/3 of normal commuted pension is exemption. 1/3 of 3 lakh is for 60%. तो 100% के लिए कितना? बताइए. सही है. वन थर्ड कितना हो जाएगा? 166666. This is exemption. Remaining is taxable. So taxable amount will be 9,000 plus this remaining amount. ये सही है ना? दिस इज करेक्ट ना? दिस इज टैक्सेबल एंड रिमेनिंग अमाउंट इज ऑल्सो टैक्सेबल. ऐसा जल्दी बोलिए. इज दिस करेक्ट? नहीं भाई. 3 lakh. He received 3 lakh. 5 lakh is normal commuted pension. So taxable amount will be 3 lakh minus 16666 fix 133333 plus 9,000. भावना कैसा आया? 15,733. मैं आपको सॉल्यूशन दिखाता हूं. रुकिए. This is okay. This is okay. Uncommuted pension, it is fully taxable. Second point, 1/3 of normal commuted pension is exemption out of 3 lakhs. So this will be taxable. So total taxable amount will be 9,000 plus 133,333. Now it is correct. हुआ क्या सॉल्व? सॉल्व दिस. Solve this fourth point. He had accumulated leave of 15 days per annum during the period of his service. This was encashed by him at the time of his retirement. A sum of rupees 3,15,000 was received by him in this regard. Employer allowed 30 days leaves per annum. So is this the question of leave encashment? Did he convert the leaves into cash? So this is the question of leave encashment. Now solve. Debt of retirement, completed year of service, everything is given in the question. Manoj, have you read the notes regarding pension? In pension, if it is uncomputed pension, it is fully taxable, as it is a recurring in nature. If it is commuted pension, then whatever you are receiving, out of that, 1/3 or 2/3 of normal commuted pension is exempted. 1/3 if you are getting the gratuity, 2/3 if you are not getting the gratuity. So in this case, he is getting gratuity. That's why we consider 1/3 of normal commuted pension. Now the meaning of normal commuted pension is उसका मतलब सिंपल सा ये है कि if he is commuting 60% and he is getting 3 lakh, which month? 1 month. अच्छा 1 मंथ का कैसा आया? ओके, तो उसमें देखो ना भाई, डेट ऑफ रिटायरमेंट क्या है उसकी, उसने कम्यूट कब कराया वो भी तो देखो. क्वेश्चन तो पढ़ो बेटा. इफ ही कम्यूट दैट अमाउंट इन फरवरी, इट मींस उससे पहले तो पूरा रिकरिंग था ना. तो जनवरी में तो पूरा 5,000 मिल रहा था पेंशन का, तो पूरा रिकरिंग का, तो पूरा टैक्सेबल होगा. तो 4 जनवरी 5,000 इज टैक्सेबल. Is that clear now? Yeah. Solve this. First amount will be, what is the maximum exemption that we can provide to any employee regarding anything else? Actual amount received. Second point, notified by the government. Third point, 10 into average monthly salary. सैलरी कितना है? 25,000 per month. Is there any DA? Is there any DA if in this whole question? No. So 25,000 per month salary for 10 month and for average. So this will be our average salary. Is it clear? 25,000 per month is my salary, and for the leave encashment we consider the salary for the 10 months just preceding the date of retirement. But in this question there is no increase or decrease in the salary. Therefore his salary was from the lifetime and from the very beginning was 25,000 per month, right? So 25,000 multiplied by 10 month salary. For making average I divided by 12. So what I will get? 25,000. This is average salary. Point number 3 is 10 into average monthly salary. So point number 3 will be 2,50,000. Is that clear? Yahan tak ka. Reply fast. We are running out of time. So third point will be 10 into average monthly salary. So 10 into 25,000 equal to 2,50,000. Now, how much leave? 15 days per annum. 25 years 9 months. तो completed year of service कितना होगा? कुमारसन कह रहे हैं 26 years, भावना कह रही है 25. What is the correct answer? In lieu encashment, we ignore the fractional months. That's why we will consider 25 years only. For 25 years, 15 days का उसके पास लीव था for each year. तो total leaves कितना हो गया? बताइए. थ्री 75 डेज का लीव हो गया. करेक्ट है? So this is the leaves at credit of his account at the time of retirement. Is it? He had accumulated leave of 15 days per annum during the period of his service. This was encashed. Hardik, 450 minus 375. Why? ऐसा कर रहे हो क्या? ऐसा कर रहे हो क्या? Why? Now, listen carefully. If question provides you information directly that this is the credit balance of your leaves at the time of retirement, so do you require to reduce that leaves from the number of leaves that the company is allowing you? Number second thing, if the information given in the question is the leaves used by you during the service is 300, say example, and for the lifetime company is providing 30 days leaves, multiply by 25, that is 750, right? So I am deducting this 300 because these are the leaves which I already availed, I used it, I consumed it. So for calculation of the balance leaves at my credit, I have to reduce this from this. then I will get 450 in our example. But in this question, he directly mentioned the accumulated leave of 15 days per annum during the period of his service. So do we require to reduce this also? Correct. So please read question carefully. What information do you want from the question, and what information question is providing? If you go to a buffet, what do you eat? Do you eat everything else, or you eat only those sweets or food, whatever that you like most? So always read question carefully, right? So my answer will be how much? 375. Now it is in days. I have to convert it into month, multiply by 25,000. Is it? Fourth point will be 375 days leaves. That is at my credit at the time of retirement. I convert it into month, and I multiply it with average monthly salary. So I will get this amount. So list of the following will be not this, not this, not this, this one. बेटा 2,50,000 नहीं है, 25 lakhs है वो. अच्छा, ये वाला 2,50,000 है. तो जग रहे हो आप सब? तो क्या लेंगे जल्दी बताओ? दिस वन, लिस्ट ऑफ द फॉलोइंग: 2,50,000, 25 lakhs, 3,15,000 और 3,12,500. So we will consider 2,50,000 list of the following, and this will be the taxable amount. Is it clear? This question is clear now. Everybody else, is this question clear? Yeah, you should provide the notes. Either you solve like this here itself, or either you can solve like this and you can provide the notes regarding this in the working note. But if the calculation is not very large, show it here itself now. This is the question, beta. This is the question. Got it? this point, this point, this point. Homework. And this is study material question number 6. Okay. This is your homework. Now, in the next session, we will study 3 big perquisites. First is motor car. Second one is loan. Not perquisite. Second one is loan. And third one is relief. That's not a perquisite. These 3 major points are still pending, plus salary in lieu of profit in lieu of salary, and some points regarding foreign citizens and non-residents. Okay. If we are able to complete those things in the next session, in the last session, we will solve every question. So it's my request, revise all the notes. I already have uploaded, and today's notes I will upload after half an hour. I have uploaded every notes. Just check the study material. Try to solve every illustration and question. Read the CII we use in the case of house accommodation only if the same employer has provided the house to the employee for more than 1 year. Medical, yes, medical facilities also remaining. 3 major perquisites and 1 relief. Those 3 perquisites are little bit complex, right? And one more is there. Traveling, touring, and accommodation club facilities. Those are chiller. Club, credit card, touring, traveling facilities. And some small points regarding superannuation fund. Okay, so those we have to cover in the next class anyhow. Then we will able to solve all the questions. Okay, so till now, please revise all the notes. Then only you will able to connect with all the questions. Perks seems to be very easy, but it is not that much in practical scenario. Okay, so that's it for today. That's it for today. Okay, I hope you are still enjoying the income tax sessions. Yeah, I'm open for all the queries. If you have any queries, I'm open. Yeah, Shruti. Shruti is asking, sir, we have both allowance and perk for child education. So what we will reduce 100%? If you are getting allowance as well as facility, you have to make the treatment for both the things. But generally it is, generally employer only provide one thing. But however, if it is given in the question, then first you have to provide 100 per month per child regarding the allowances and 1000 regarding the facility. But both things are different. One thing is perquisite and the second thing is allowances. So there is a difference. Perquisite is non-monetary. They are providing the facility to you. Allowances, that is, they are providing the cash. RFA is taxable in both scheme. Yes. Not taxable. We will consider RFA in both the scheme. Perquisites. Manoj, your question is regarding IFOS, gift received from relatives. There are some exceptions under section 56 in which the gift received from relative is wholly exempted, but this has nothing to do with salary head because it is received from relative and there is no employer-employee relationship. 15 days वाला क्वेश्चन चलो ठीक है करवाता हूं. Manoj, there is a limit. In case of relative, there is no limit, but in under section 56, there are some limit of 50,000. There are different scenarios. Only you will able to understand only when we will study IFS section 56. $15 days वाला क्वेश्चन मैं देखता हूं. Anybody else? Any doubt? हाँ, Manoj, we will see there. There is a chance that they can give the share as well. Relatives or anybody else. Your friend can give you share. So we will check the FMV. We have to check that the FMV is greater than 50,000. And there are some scenarios, different scenarios. So don't mix those topics here. Okay. Otherwise, ना वो समझ में आएगा ना ये समझ में आएगा. Anybody else have any doubt regarding this chapter, what we have studied till now? I told you, if professional tax paid by the employer, that is your liability, which the employer is paying. So this is a benefit that you are getting from the employer. So it is also a part of salary now. This is perquisites. Perquisites non-monetary benefit or the extra benefit beyond your agreement. So if the perquisites or if the tax has been paid by the employer on behalf of you, then it is a benefit for you. Then it is a part of salary and it is part of perquisite. That's why first we include it. However, there is a deduction because we have to calculate gross salary first. Deduction is second point. However, in deduction, whatever the payment has been made towards the professional tax is deducted if you are opting old resident. So we have to include first, then we have to deduct again. Got it? Why not? Wait. ESOP and Manoj, आपने पहले पढ़ लिया क्या सब? नहीं, तो how you know that that is a part of capital gain? Do you know the provision section 45? Basis of charge capital gain. When the income should be taxable under the head capital gain, when it should not be taxable under the head capital gain. Then how you can say this? Then this is part of capital gain, why we are considering here. I can explain you why we are considering here. We are considering it here because this is paid by your employer. That too at a price which is less than the market price. If they offer this share to the general public, they will charge 100 rupees. Or here they are providing either free of cost or either they are providing at a very discounted price, say 10 rupees. So don't you getting a benefit of 90 rupees in that case? You are getting a benefit of 90 rupees in that case, right? And that is from the employer itself. You are getting that benefit only because there is an employee-employer relationship between you and your employer. That's why you are getting that benefit now. And if you are getting that benefit due to that relationship, then it should be covered in under head salaries. Otherwise, if I will not include this now, if I will not charge this under this head, there is a very very simple thing that it will be very simple that I can save lot of taxes. What I will say to my employer, don't pay me any salary, just pay me ESOP. As there will be no taxation in the ESOP, then there will be no taxation at all my salary, on my salary. Praveen, there are many things to remember regarding exemption, but if you just try to understand the flow of salary here, I know there are some things that you have to mug up, like 100 per month per child, 1,300 per month per child, 3,200 per month exemption for the handicap, 800 per month, 200 per month. But itna bhi nahi hai. You can do it. After revising it 2 times, you will able to solve every question. Yeah, anybody else? Yeah, of course. After some practice, you will able to solve it like this. Anybody else? Okay, shall we close now? Okay. Have a good day. Bye. Yeah, tech team, we can close. Yeah, tech team, we can close. Yeah.